Welcome back into more Universe Mode on the JPG channel. And folks, we are gearing up a few weeks away from the Elimination Chamber. Speaking of the Elimination Chamber, here tonight live on Friday Night SmackDown. Got a few qualifying matches of the Blue Brand's own. As on Monday, we saw the first few entrants be confirmed. That being Braun Breaker, Naomi, and Drew McIntyre. Tonight we find out whether it's going to be Chelsea Green or Giulia going into the Women's Elimination Chamber, and our main event, Damian Priest or Cody Rhodes for the Men's Elimination Chamber, as we are joined by Chelsea Green and, of course, her security out here, Ep04 and Piper Niven. The Secret Hervis, as Chelsea Green has coined them. As she awaits the arrival of the beautiful Madness, the former Women's United States champion. Almost held that championship for an entire year. If she would have gotten to about Backlash time, she would have made over a year with that championship around her waist. Unfortunately, she met a roadblock known and named at Jordan Grace, who defeated Giulia a number of weeks ago in a classic battle between the two on the SmackDown premiere of 2026. Meanwhile, Giulia, I guess, has her eyes set on bigger and better prizes other than the Women's United States Championship, because if she wins this match, then she is one step closer to competing for the WWE Women's Championship at WrestleMania, or whoever, whatever title the Royal Rumble winner Rhea Ripley does not choose, because we still have our Royal Rumble winners Roman Reigns and Rhea Ripley that have not declared for which champion they want to face at WrestleMania, which leads even more, speculation, even more intense drama heading into the Elimination Chamber, because yes, you can win the Elimination Chamber as Chelsea Green starts off hot with a big bicycle kick right to the face. So you can win the Elimination Chamber, but you might still not know which champion you are going to be going up against until we get those answers from Rhea Ripley and Roman Reigns in the next coming weeks, leading into not only the Elimination Chamber but on the road to WrestleMania. As Chelsea Green now, big kick to the midsection. Steps over, goes for a back suplex. Nice counter. Nice counter by Giulia, taking her over. Yeah, but Chelsea Green is really bringing the fire towards the beautiful Madness in the early goings of this match. Kick to the leg. Chelsea Green does not want to, let this opportunity pass her by. This could do wonders for the stocks of Chelsea's campaign, if you will. If she becomes a women's champion, I mean, she would be essentially compared to either Miss America or the First Lady of WWE. And I'm sure that's exactly what Chelsea Green's whole plan is here. Look at this, Giulia. Oh my God, what a kick right to the face. And that one certainly stunned Chelsea. As Chelsea gets back into the ring, Giulia forcefully putting her onto the ropes here. And look at this big elbow strike right to the back of Green. Really hammering in those back elbows. As now look out here. Oh, look at these now knee strikes to the back. More damage to the back on Chelsea Green. Giulia is a skilled veteran, even though she's only been in WWE for about a handful of years, about maybe 2 or 3 now. She is world renowned for her brutality. If I could steal a word from Rhea Ripley, her strong style. Oh, just as I say that, a huge headbutt. I say her strong style wrestling base that Giulia was originally became famous for. That Joshi just brutality style wrestling that we've become so accustomed to, even here in America. Look out, Giulia thought she was looking to take to the skies, but actually it's Ep04 completing her duties. as a member of the Secret Harvest, getting in the face of Giulia. Meanwhile, Chelsea Green's going to look to take advantage, but gets an elbow to her mouth for the troubles. And look at this. Nice roll-up attempt by Chelsea Green. Nice roll-up attempt. Oh, no, only a 1 count. Only a 1 count that time. Chelsea going for a strike. Giulia reverses. And now look at this. Giulia giving Chelsea Green a little taste of her own medicine with the exact same roll-up. Back and forth, these two ladies go. Tilt-a-whirl, head scissors, spiking Chelsea Green. Referee momentarily distracted because I did not see who actually undid those turnbuckle pads, but still, nonetheless, look at this. Oh my goodness gracious! Turning Chelsea Green inside out is Giulia with an arm trap spinning Michinoku driver. It's like really the only thing I can really call it. And now wait a minute here. Giulia going for the end, going for that knee strike. Going for an arrivederci knee, but Chelsea Green actually able to escape, to her credit. Gets a big boot to her face, though, for all of her troubles, and now smacked to the, I think that was a chest area, maybe even the jaw. Another one for good. That's that strong style that we're talking about. I mean, when you're in the ring with Giulia, and I've heard from some of her former competitors, you leave that ring knowing you were in a fight with that very woman. She will leave a mark on you. She will haunt your dreams for eternity after being in the ring with a woman like Giulia, oftenly compared to, of course, like a woman like Asuka in terms of her intensity in that ring, in terms of her striking ability. Giulia, there's a reason why she was went for that. Oh, that would have hit flush. There's a reason why she was Women's United States Champion for so long. And it's because what she brings to the dance. Is Chelsea Green is trying to hang in there with the former champ. Gotta give her the credit. Like I said, when credit is due, I have to give it out. And Chelsea Green is performing pretty well in this match. Elevated flatliner connects to Giulia. Giulia just peels the shoulder off the mat, though. As now Chelsea Green again gets a smack right to the chest. And now Giulia, oh my God, there's that elbow strike that I was so fearful of Chelsea having to take earlier. And now wait a minute here. Oh my God, just smashing her face right into the mat. There's that absolute brutal side of Giulia. This is really where Giulia starts to get in her wheelhouse, really starts to get in her bag a little bit, if you will. When she starts bringing this intense side to her and starts striking like she's trying to break somebody's face in that ring. And trust me, she would love to do nothing more to Chelsea Green. As now Chelsea Green going for a big move here. Look at this, the I'm Prettier. The I'm Prettier, a variation of the Unprettier. Chelsea Green's version, at least, goes for the cover to the Elimination Chamber. But Giulia just peels the shoulder off the mat. But that was the closest. That was indeed the closest I've seen, maybe ever, to Giulia losing a match. And now look at this. Another elbow strike right to the face. Another elbow strike right to the face is now Giulia. Giulia again going for a knee strike. A second attempt blocked. Second attempt blocked. And now look out here. Giulia sending her over the ropes. Back and forth. Look out. Oh, a pop-up headbutt. A pop-up headbutt connects to Chelsea Green. Giulia trying to think of her next strategic maneuver here. And now look out. Has the arm trapped once more. We saw this earlier on in the match, but the referee was distracted. This time she hits it flush. But she's not done there just yet. Giulia, I think she was probably going to go for the pin, but again, it's Ep04 getting involved. Trying to earn her paycheck for the night. Trying to make sure that Chelsea Green, her whole campaign to get to WrestleMania is still in fruition. But now Giulia goes for a double foot stomp. Took too much time. Double knees to the face. Chelsea Green lining Giulia up for something here. She gives the salute. Big knee strike right to the jaw. And now Giulia, wait a minute, kick right to the back. That back was worked on early on in the match. And now Giulia goes for an elbow strike. Green, again a nice counter. Again a nice counter. Back and forth these two ladies go. Wait a minute, Giulia might have caught Green. Might have caught Green. There's that Northern Lights bomb. The Northern Lights bomb connects. A very charismatic cover by Giulia, and she will indeed be joining Naomi in the Elimination Chamber. What a performance by Giulia, and honestly, what a performance by Chelsea Green. You got to give it up to both of these ladies. Either of them could realistically have won that match, but Giulia, like I said, just bringing a different level of intensity, and now she finds herself one step closer to WrestleMania and right in front of the Elimination Chamber match. Congratulations to Giulia. Moving forward with the action here tonight, folks, as we are joined by the man that is simply him, Carmelo Hayes. You can see it on his chain, rocking the Kobe-inspired gear, LA Lakers-inspired gear. He's feeling himself. He's got that Mamba mentality here tonight on Friday Night SmackDown. Carmelo Hayes stepping up to the plate. Looking to steal the show like he does every week on Friday Night SmackDown. And tonight he has some fierce competition because he's going to be in the ring with none other than the ominous man from Amsterdam, Aleister Black. The man that quote-unquote tells no lies. The man that loves to reveal people's deepest and darkest secrets and manipulate and materialize his victims. I don't even know if I would call them opponents. Victims, I guess, would be a proper word. Because just similar to Giulia, whenever you're in the ring with Aleister Black, believe me, there are signs that you were in the ring with Aleister Black. This guy is a very dangerous striker. Very dangerous competitor all around, if you ask me. I mean, just look at the entrance alone. This man is definitely someone that should and does strike fear into his opponent's hearts. But for Carmelo Hayes, he's going to have to remain fearless tonight if he wants to pick up a big victory as we head into the Elimination Chamber. Aleister Black coming down to the ring, draped in black, of course, as you always see him. That ominous smoke behind him. And he got those skulls wrapped around his shoulder and back area. Sure, those are all representative of his prior victims every time he's in the ring, prior opponents. Faces of death on his jacket. Carmelo Hayes is going to certainly have his work cut out for him here tonight. Big opportunity against Aleister Black, a former NXT champion, former tag team champion here on the main roster as well. Carmelo Hayes is also a former NXT champion in his own right, former NXT North American champion as well. And, of course, a former United States champion last year before losing to Jacob Fatu back at Backlash that would have been. Carmelo Hayes has kind of just been... I mean, he's been having some incredible performances, but he's been kind of floating by. You know, he had a opportunity to get into the Money in the Bank ladder match months back. But it's a new year for Carmelo Hayes, and he's looking to find himself right back on that Mania card as he was last year, coming into that match as United States champion. And now look at this, a big kick right to the face of Aleister Black, rocking the jaw. Normally you see Aleister Black starting a match off with a strike or so, but now look at this, right into some exchanges of chain wrestling here between Carmelo Hayes and Aleister Black. I don't know exactly who I would give the advantage to in this scenario. Aleister Black is more known for his striking, but he does have that martial arts background as well, which, I mean, a lot of martial arts is indeed grappling your opponent, trying to gain a physical advantage over the other. As now Carmelo Hayes sends Aleister Black off the ropes not once but twice. Look at this. Ducks over. Beautiful neck breaker by Melo as he shoots. And he ain't missing. Sure, Hayes would definitely love to get back in the United States title picture, if not even bigger than that. Find himself in the world title picture. As Aleister Black now going up and over on Carmelo Hayes. Look out here. Oh my goodness gracious. What a forearm strike, or excuse me, actually more so of a European uppercut, but Aleister Black missed wildly with that springboard moonsault. Look at this agility by Carmelo Hayes. My God, went for a pinfall, but almost psyched Black out of thinking it was a pinfall, leading him into a super kick. Like I said, the versatility, the creativity of Carmelo Hayes is what's really gonna really gonna make him stand out in this match, even against a man that could switch things up like Aleister Black, as he goes for a huge knee right to the midsection, throwing everything plus the kitchen sink at Carmelo. And now look at this. This is that strike exchanging ability of Aleister Black that makes him such a dangerous competitor in that ring. And now Aleister Black just checking his chin a little bit here, making sure his head's still on his shoulders after the way Carmelo Hayes started this match. And now this is where Black really starts to groove here. My God, what a springboard drop kick. Absolutely destroying Carmelo Hayes currently. As I look at this, Aleister Black fireman's carry. Into the turnbuckle, face first into the turnbuckle goes Carmelo Hayes, and a stomp for good measure. As I look at this, Aleister Black just kind of biding his time, playing with his food. I like to use that analogy a lot, but I mean, it's no more true than it is. And oh my God, what a spin kick right to the outside. Aleister Black goes for a knee strike. Hayes ducks. Well, didn't even duck. He just stepped out of the way. He went for a super kick of his own, but Aleister Black caught the foot. And now in this half Boston Crab, this is not going to award Aleister Black the victory, but it would have won him a count out if needed be, I suppose. Both men going back and forth. Tilt-a-whirl face buster out on the outside. And I don't think Carmelo Hayes is going to take this count-out victory for himself. No, instead, he's looking to take to the sky because Melo certainly can fly. Goes over a barrel roll tope. But Aleister Black actually just getting out of harm's way that time. And now that the referee's count has restarted, I believe we almost got to a count of 8 before Carmelo Hayes finally broke that count. And now again, a tilt-a-whirl face buster out on the outside. And now Hayes gonna go off the barricade here. Very trying position that time. Awkward positioning for Carmelo Hayes. I mean, you could lose your footing so easily on that barricade, but Hayes poise, skinning it like a cat, as now Carmelo Hayes is back in the driver's seat of this one. Aleister Black is looking in deep, dire need of some offense in this one, as Carmelo Hayes delivers a huge elbow strike right to the face. And look at this, a chop to the chest from Carmelo Hayes. Look out here, Hayes. Oh my goodness, a lifting cutter. A lifting cutter by Aleister Black. Goes for the count. No. Goes for the cover, but no. Wait, Aleister Black now going off the ropes. Goes for a springboard moonsault. Carmelo Hayes ducking out of harm's way. Goes for a clothesline. Did not get enough of it. Speaking of clotheslines, that time he connects. A springboard clothesline connects from Melo this time. And Melo's starting to feel himself. He's starting to get into that fourth quarter mentality. He's really starting to bring his A game as well. As I look out here, Aleister Black again. Perhaps a little desperation from Aleister Black, going for a roll-up attempt. Small package. Hayes has to break out. Now Aleister Black just almost fell right to that kick once more. Now look at this. More pinpoint striking, and connects with a Meteora to end it all. Carmelo Hayes is in the deep water with a very dangerous shark known as Aleister Black now. As I look out here, goes for a suplex attempt. Carmelo Hayes now with a roll-up attempt. I don't even want to say if it's desperation, probably just more so trying to out-strategize Aleister Black. At this point, beautiful springboard moonsault and goes right for the cover, wasting little to no time. Aleister Black getting the shoulder out at 2, I believe that was. Hayes now sending Black into the corner here. Goes for a clothesline. Aleister Black ducking out. Carmelo Hayes, nice reversal though. And now Carmelo Hayes sending Aleister Black into the corner. Big clothesline right to the face. Hayes now looking to go off the ropes here, I believe, but Aleister Black has no idea what's about to hit him. Hayes, though, decides to change directions and go for something. Look at this. Oh, my goodness. Twisting through the air with like a tornado arm drag, if you will. I have no idea what to call that. But here's an elbow drop right to the black heart of Aleister. Goes for the cover. Count of 1, 2. Oh, that was real close that time. Aleister Black is nearing to the end. Carmelo Hayes can feel this victory. He can feel the W slipping. Not slipping through his fingers, but sliding into his hands. Goes for a chop that time. Aleister Black, nice counter. It's when you try to involve the striking that I really think that you're outgunned and you're outmaneuvered when it comes to Aleister Black. And my God, what a knee strike! Double knees to the face. First 48. Goes for the cover. Aleister Black again, a count of 2. Kicking out of a count of 2 he is. But Carmelo Hayes, again, it's just that resiliency. It's that unwillingness to give up. There's the nothing but net. Absolutely, the sense of urgency just paid off big time, and Carmelo Hayes picks up a big win over Aleister Black. Carmelo Hayes joined out here by Kathy Kelly as Hayes. Oh, looks like he's doing exactly what I thought he was. He's looking to stake his claim back at the United States Championship. And he said he's coming for the Samoan werewolf, but be careful who you call out and what you wish for, because speak of his name and he is here. The United States Champion, Jacob Fatu. And you know Jacob's going to be down for a fight any day of the week. Make this official, please. Well, we're going to have to wait for confirmation if that match does get made official or not. Essentially a rematch between Carmelo Hayes and Jacob Fatu with the United States Championship on the line. Like I said, we're going to have to wait to see if that gets made official. But what is official is that the MFTs are in the building. Solo Sikoa joined by his family tree, if you will. JC Mateo, Tala Tonga, Tongaloa, and Tama Tonga. Look at Tala Tonga. I mean, this guy's a skyscraper. Just the camera doesn't even do him justice, if you ask me. But Solo Sikoa is actually coming into this thing on his lonesome, as he is preparing for singles competition against Hangman Adam Page. Should be a pretty interesting clash of styles between those two men. Definitely a never-before-seen match coming your way on Friday night, folks. Solo Sikoa just soaking in the ambiance of the arena, and probably soaking in all the boos as well, because everybody knows that Solo Sikoa is not too many people's favorite wrestler, but someone that could be a lot of people's favorite wrestler. Certainly more of a fan favorite than any of the MFTs is this man right here, Hangman Adam Page, a man that arrived here on the scene about almost a month ago now. I believe it was, again, the premiere episode of Friday Night SmackDown where we first saw Hangman Adam Page, and now he is back here on Friday nights. He had a brief stint in the Royal Rumble match. Didn't last too long, though, but still trying to find himself an outlet, a path to his first WrestleMania. This could start here tonight with a big win over Solo Sikoa. You know, Sikoa does have ties to, of course, you know, the bloodline. Roman Reigns, the Usos. Sikoa is also a former NXT North American champion. Former WWE Tag Team champion. So Solo Sikoa does have, and a former United States champion as well. He does have a few credentials here that would make it certainly a statement win for Hangman Adam Page, as Sikoa gets started right away in this thing, trying to bring the aggressiveness early on. And that's really your best approach when you're going against a man like Hangman Adam Page, because Hangman Adam Page loves to throw down. I mean, he's like the old westerns that you'd watch, the old Clint Eastwood movies, if you will, wrapped into a professional wrestler. If I had to, like, you know, kind of describe Hangman Adam Page to maybe a non-wrestling fan, that's probably what I would say. As Page just dumps Sikoa out to the floor. And Hangman Adam Page just biding his time here, going to the top rope, but Sikoa trying to outsmart Hangman. Beautiful double axe handle connects to Solo Sikoa. Hangman trying to control the pace of this match. I don't think the pace is going to be quickening anytime soon in the ring with Solo Sikoa, but it's the power that well, wait a minute, hold on. Tama Tonga just threw a kendo stick right in the middle of that ring. I don't know if it was meant to be a distraction or he intends on Solo Sikoa use. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my God, Hangman Adam Page just wiped out Tama Tonga. That happened in the blink of an eye, as I don't think he appreciated Tama Tonga getting involved in his business or his match, as he sends him creaming right into the steel steps. And now that would actually give Solo Sikoa the advantage that he possibly needed in this match, and that is exactly, you know, what the MFTs are out ringside for. Although I see that the rest of the MFTs have actually gone to the back, and it's only Tama Tonga now. But Tama Tonga is enough of a, you know, entity outside the ring to provide distraction. As now Solo Sikoa, oh my goodness gracious. Neck first onto the ropes. Could give the hanger whiplash after a maneuver like that, but Hangman still in the fight. Atomic drop. And now sending Sikoa off the ropes. Big knee right to the midsection. Hangman Adam Page is starting to get a second wind, if you will. Hangman Adam Page now. Double leg Solo Sikoa and big strikes right to the face of the big Samoan. And now Page, oh, what a sharp elbow. Knocking Solo Sikoa back a few feet. And look at these strikes landing there. Mark, and here comes Hangman Adam Page, bringing the intensity. Goes for a cover out the alley-oop bomb. Still not enough. As now Hangman Adam Page sending Solo Sikoa off the ropes this time. Ducks the clothesline. Look out here. Big lariat coming from Page. It's those lariats that you really want to watch out for when you're in the ring with Adam Page. And if he delivers one, it could be ball game at any moment throughout the match. As now Hangman Adam Page is lighting up the face of Solo Sikoa, but Sikoa actually able to turn it around with a snap suplex of his own. Now stomping out Hangman, goes for a big boot as Sikoa went for a clothesline. Back and forth these two are going. Gears the big boot that time. I think the boot scrape just might have scraped the face and skin off the face, if you will, of Solo Sikoa, because I think I see a little bit of red outside of his ring gear. I see red on his face. As Hangman Adam Page now going off the ropes. Beautiful crossbody. I've never seen a horse fly. I've seen a horse fly like the, you know, the insect or supposedly the sea creature, but I've never seen a horse fly in terms of Adam Page himself or a actual horse. As Hangman Adam Page did go for a discus lariat, but Solo Sikoa was actually able to maneuver out of it. And look at this inverted DDT counter by Adam Page, trying to get rid of Tama Tonga again, but Tama Tonga is providing his assistance a number of times in this match. Page again with those sharp elbows, landing their mark here. Sikoa could be in trouble. Pop-up powerbomb out of nowhere by Page. Goes for the cover. Sikoa peels the shoulder out. Sikoa peels the shoulder out as now Hangman Adam Page lining up here. Big shoulder tackle to the midsection of Sikoa. As now Adam Page again being distracted by Tama Tonga. I guess when Hangman Adam Page looked to take care of him earlier on, that was not enough for Tama Tonga to stay out of Page's way and stay out of his business. As Sikoa, though, is struggling to get back up to his feet to actually take advantage of the situation. As look out here, speaking of taking advantage of the situation, this is where Solo Sikoa will thrive, is the power aspect. He just delivered a huge Uranagi to Adam Page. And now clenching at the back with that vice grip. Iron Claw-esque maneuver. No, Sikoa's going to go for the end here. Oh! Misses wildly, though. Was going for, I believe, the Samoan spike, but Hangman Adam Page fighting desperately out of Sikoa's grasp, and now he's delivering some more sharp elbows right to the face. That cut is actually starting to spread on the face of Sikoa. Beautiful spine buster by Page. As now Hangman has Sikoa right where he wants him with the Death Valley driver. The Death Valley driver connects to Sikoa for the 1, the 2. Goes for the 3, but Sikoa just gets the shoulder out. Page can't believe it. Page can't believe it. Sikoa is still in the fight. Beautiful standing shooter by the hanger as he shoots from the hip, but no. Sikoa again with a shoulder out. Goes for a stomp to the back. Sikoa has some clever reversals out of this. You must have, watched a few tapes or two heading into this match. Try to learn some of Hangman's his offense, trying to learn some of the greatest hits of Adam Page. And look at this, goes for that discus layer. This time gets all of it. Discus layer to Solo Sikoa, connects. Sikoa again, shoulder out. The resiliency of Solo Sikoa in this match is starting to surprise me here, as these two are slugging back and forth. As now look out here. I don't know who a striking exchange really favors. Both of these men can bring a hell of a power when it comes to throwing a swing. Sikoa is chopping the chest of Hangman Adam Page, chopping the hair right off the chest as Page is tattooing him with these blows right to the face. And Sikoa is inviting Hangman Adam Page to strike him. Page is going to oblige. And now look out here, back and forth these two go. My God, look at this exchange in the middle of this ring. Adam Page absolutely taken aback here. Oh, there's a discus elbow. A discus elbow by Page, and now Page wasting no time. You know the only move he could be going for. There it is, the buckshot lariat. When the hell have you seen Solo Sikoa get turned inside out like a washing machine like that? Covered for a 3. Hangman Adam Page with the victory. But wait a minute, folks. We just cut back from the replay. Solo Sikoa just laid out Hangman Adam Page. Tama Tonga now providing a steel chair to Solo Sikoa. Obviously, the ego has been bruised to Sikoa. Wait a minute. That's Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega making the save for an old friend. Kenny Omega running off the MFTs, holding that steel chair over, protecting Hangman Adam Page. What is this all about? Well, folks, I mean, we got a few newsworthy stories that we're going to have to pay close attention to in the weeks to come on Friday Night SmackDown as we gear up for our main event, Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Damian Priest taking on the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, 2 former world champions, duking it out, figuring out who is going to join the badass Braun Breaker when we get to Toronto. But like I said, we do have some newsworthy stories that are shaping up here on Friday Night SmackDown, but we also have some breaking news as next week, Carmelo Hayes versus Jacob Fatu is official for the United States Championship, and as a matter of fact, it's not just that, it is also an Elimination Chamber qualifying match, so it's almost like double or nothing. It's what, you know, to the victor goes the spoils. Whoever wins that match becomes the United States Champion and finds himself as a participant in the men's Elimination Chamber match. High stakes next week with Hayes and Fatu in their rematch for the United States Championship. As Damian Priest awaits the arrival of the son of the plumber, Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, a man that has, you know, some rich history with WrestleMania in the past few years. A man that rewrote his story at that very event, defeating Roman Reigns to become the undisputed champion. A man that has gone through emotional turmoil here on the JPG channel over the years, you know, fighting whether it's past demons and old mentors like Randy Orton or new demons like a Karrion Kross. Cody Rhodes having dukes out with generals like Gunther. Rhodes has done and seen it all. He's been in the ring with the best like CM Punk. He's been in the ring with guys like Kevin Owens. That's just to name a handful of opponents that Rhodes has met on this journey, this path to greatness. And believe me, his path to greatness has already been carved out, but he's looking to continue the legacy that he's already built for himself. He wants to find himself right back in, you know, one of the main event pictures of WrestleMania, and to do that, he has to win the Elimination Chamber match, or he could possibly find himself in a very unfamiliar scenario, at least unfamiliar scenario from, you know, the time that he's been back, a scenario that Cody was oftenly too familiar with during his early stages in his career, and that's being left, you know, without a path to WrestleMania. Because really, like, if Cody does not win the Elimination Chamber or even win tonight's match, where does he go from here? Like all he's ever known since being back is chasing, you know, that one thing that he promised his dad years ago, that he promised his family years ago, and that is bringing a world championship to his family. And believe me, he has successfully done that, but it's almost like, you know, like, what is Cody Rhodes if he's not chasing that dream, if he's not chasing the gold, if you will, or holding gold? It would be so jarring to try and to imagine a WrestleMania in this current era of WWE without Cody Rhodes even being involved in it. But I mean, we could be heading down that path if one Damian Priest wins tonight, or if Cody Rhodes advances to Elimination Chamber and loses said Elimination Chamber, as Charles Robinson certainly getting his paycheck earned here tonight with all these covers early on. Look at that lariat from Damian Priest. And you know, these guys are going to be swinging for the fences because they want to preserve as much energy as they can for when they get to Toronto in a number of weeks at the Elimination Chamber. They already know one of the men that will be joining them, that being the badass Braun Breaker. As a matter of fact, two of the men, badass Braun Breaker and the Scottish Psychopath Drew McIntyre, of course, this Monday night, defeating the debuting Protostar Kyle Fletcher with a little assistance by Kevin Owens himself. As look at this, another pinning attempt countered out by Cody. Look at this, nice, beautiful pinfall attempt by Rhodes that time. Priest trying to fight out of the grasp of the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Back and forth, these two are going. Big knee strike. Has been very popular here tonight. Those knee strikes, and look at this, a springboard moonsault connects by Rhodes. The American Nightmare Going to the top here as now look out here. Priest has no idea what's coming for him. Another moonsault. Another moonsault. Just an onslaught of offense from Cody Rhodes as he goes for the cover again. Priest has to pop that shoulder out. Damian Priest completely overwhelmed by Cody Rhodes in the early goings of this match. Enziguri strike right to the face as Priest now looks to get back into the driver's seat. Rhodes gonna meet this vicious side of Damian Priest that we've all become so accustomed to. As now Priest goes off the ropes, tilted a whirl, almost whisper in the wind, senton that time by Damian Priest. Very unorthodox to see a big man like that fly, and the straps are already down. Like I said, these two are going to be looking to preserve as much energy as possible. Going to be looking to put each other away as soon as possible in this thing as now we see some color on the American Nightmare's face. Damian Priest now, look out here, going for something, but Rhodes able to counter out. Rhodes able to counter out with a nice arm drag reversal. Takes Damian Priest out to the turnbuckle. And now, wait a minute, Cody Rhodes, big back body drop. Big power slam, actually, if you will. As now Rhodes goes off the ropes, looking to catch Priest off guard, and he does. The Cody Cutter connects flush. This could be it for Damian Priest. Very early going stages of this match, but already the crossroads. I told you these guys are going to be looking for shoot from the hip, and I was not kidding. Cody Rhodes just put away Priest in a matter of, I don't know, maybe 6 minutes. If you ask me, Cody Rhodes is more than ready to take on the begrudging responsibility of a main eventing WrestleMania for what, maybe the third time in his career in the span of 3 years altogether. What a dominant performance. I will have to use that word, dominant performance by Cody Rhodes here tonight. Putting away a former champion in his own right in Damian Priest to get the job done. And now Cody finds himself just one step closer to chasing that greatness once again, chasing that illustrious world championship. Congratulations to the American Nightmare. He now joins Braun Breaker and Drew McIntyre. We'll find out who joins him next week when Carmelo Hayes takes on Jacob Fatu, as also who becomes United States champion when all is said and done.